number of financial institutions and real estate agencies are embroiled in the recent $1.8 billion money laundering in Singapore. Why are the police able to uncover the criminal activities of the accused? Why did the financial institutions and real estate agencies miss? We are going to discuss this today. Hi everyone. The recent mega money laundering in Singapore has taken Singaporeans and the world by storm. Of all the countries, the money laundering took place in Singapore, a country that is known to have strict laws and tough on criminals. Singapore may not be in the top 10 countries with the lowest money laundering risk, but is the fourth lowest risk country in East Asia and the Pacific. The raids on the criminals were well planned by the police, who swiftly arrested the 10 masterminds of the crime in one single day on the 15th of August. 400 officers from the Commercial Affairs Department, the Criminal Investigation Department, Special Operations Command, and the Police Intelligence Department conducted simultaneous raids at multiple locations island-wide, including residents in good-class bungalows. It appears that more people could be involved, and MAS has asked the financial institutions to scrutinize dealings with 34 individuals, starting from as far back as 2020. Within a single day, the police seized 94 properties and 50 vehicles, with a total estimated value of more than $815 million, multiple ornaments and bottles of liquor and wine, more than 250 luxury bags and watches, more than 120 electronic devices such as computers and mobile phones, and more than 270 pieces of jewelry. The police also seized more than $110 million in 35 related bank accounts and another $23 million in cash and foreign currencies. This is a massive operation which involved extensive investigations and follow-up from intelligence and meticulous planning by the police before the execution and arrest of the criminals, involving 400 police officers all at once. The police started the investigation after financial institutions in Singapore alerted on suspicious transactions, such as suspicious fund flows, dubious documentation of source of funds from the accused, and inconsistencies or evasiveness in information. The police have charged the 10 foreign nationals with money laundering proceeds of criminal activities from scams and online gambling. What this meant was that the proceeds used to pay for all these properties, cars, bags, watches, and jewelry were from criminal activities. A number of financial institutions like DBS and Citibank are embroiled in the money laundering schemes. Some of them held funds, while others were creditors to firms linked to the accused. Why were the police able to uncover the criminal activities while these financial institutions didn't know? I mean, if they knew, they would not have banked these criminals. Singapore's Minister for Home Affairs and Minister for Law, K. Shanmugam, said in an interview with Lianhe Zhaobao that when you go to the banks and you are putting money, the banks will ask you, where did the money come from? This is the critical question that the banks must satisfy themselves with before onboarding the customers. What went wrong here? Were the police able to uncover the accused criminal activities because they could go to all the financial institutions and piece together the big picture, while the financial institutions could not share information among one another? The banks are governed by banking secrecy, which does not allow them to divulge and share information among one another. And had they been able to share this information, they could have figured out where the proceeds came from. Or was it the lapse in control? MAS will take firm actions against any financial institutions found to have breached the stringent requirements on anti-money laundering or have inadequate controls against money laundering risk. DBS and Citibank have been fined for breaches of MAS anti-money laundering requirements before. The two financial institutions had one thing in common. They did not know the source of wealth and the beneficial owners of their customers. MAS fined DBS for breaches of failing to adequately establish the source of wealth of their customers and their beneficial owners, relating to accounts maintained by 11 corporate clients between July 2015 and February 2020. Citibank was fined by MAS for similar breaches of failing to adequately understand the control structure of the customers and failing to correctly identify the customer's beneficial owners relating to accounts maintained by two corporate customers between September 2019 and June 2020. Besides the financial institutions, the accused have to go through the real estate agencies when they purchase the properties. Due diligence for real estate transactions were tightened in 2020, and again, real estate agents must conduct due diligences on their customers by identifying and verifying their customers' identities. What this means is that they must first obtain and record their clients' identities and, more importantly, verify the clients' identities using reliable, independent source documents, data, or information. The accused have purchased a total of 94 properties over a 3-year period, and some of these involve mega property deals. And yet, during this period, the real estate agencies did not find out that the proceeds are from criminal activities. But the police could. Take, for instance, one of the accused paid $23 million in 2019 for a private condo overlooking the luxurious Orchard Road shopping belt. At least 7 of the landed properties are on Sentosa, one of Singapore's major tourist attractions, which boasts an award-winning golf club, a casino, and an international marina with yachts. And 2 of the suspects, Zhang Ruijing and Ling Baoying, stayed there. Zhang acquired a detached house spanning nearly 9,500 square feet more than 2 years ago. The price was undisclosed, but it would have cost $23 million. Another accused, Shu Haijing, bought 2 adjacent bungalows facing the seafront at Cove Drive for $36.4 million in 2021 and combined them to overcome a restriction on foreigners owning more than one home on the island. Where do Singapore go from here? Will the money laundering dent Singapore's reputation as a country with strict anti-money laundering laws? MAS recognized the importance for financial institutions to share information about the clients and is developing a digital platform called COSMIC, which stands for Collaborative Sharing of Money Laundering and Terrorism Financing Information and Cases, together with 6 major commercial banks in Singapore, such as DBS, OCBC, UOB, Standard Chartered Bank, Citibank, and HSBC. COSMIC will allow the financial institutions to securely share with one another information on customers who exhibit multiple red flags that may indicate potential financial crime. This will make it easier for detection and therefore deter criminal activities. But I think the other key to detect money laundering is the due diligences on verification of the identities of the customers and their beneficial owners through reliable and independent sources, which is the first step to determine the customer's source of wealth and their activities where they had derived their wealth from. Perhaps the police could share with the financial institutions on how they had successfully uncovered the criminal activities of the accused. Well, my friends, what do you think is the reason that the financial institutions were unable to uncover the criminal activities? Please share your comments with us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.